tubers. Tonight I'm bringing you an extra special beer reviews here on Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. This one is Affligem Blond. The Abbey itself. This is a Belgian Abbey Ale, or Belgian style pale ale, brought to you underneath the brand name of the Affligem Abbey in Belgium. Now, this isn't the same thing as like a, well, I mean, this sort of is, but isn't the same thing as like a Trappist style ale. It's brewed in the same kind of style, same Belgian light style or single style. It's but it's not actually brewed by the Abbey. It's within the Abbey itself, but within a brewery licensed by the Abbey of Affligem. It's similar to Lafay. This one is a blonde style pale ale. What's the ABV on this one? It is 6.8% ABV, so it's actually quite strong. Huh. Anyway, it says, Affligem Abbey Ale is being brewed in Belgium according to an old method since 1074. A smooth-bodied Golden Abbey beer with light hoppy character and a surprisingly clean finish. Secondary fermentation in the bottle contains barley malt. So yeah, this is actually the kind of beer, and I'll tip it upside down just to get some of that sediment. This is actually the kind of beer in which it's probably strong enough that you could keep it for a while outside of the refrigerator, just age it. But it's got, as you can actually, if you can see the detail in that, you can actually see stuff floating around in the beer on the inside, and that's all the yeast that's still bottled within the bottle. This kind of beer, because it's brewed or bottled on lees or with the yeast in it, it's actually will keep with age as well as perhaps improve with age, like any kind of other fine Belgian kind of ale. Yeah. So let's crack it open and give it a look. Oops. Here. So yeah, it's got the Affligem logo on the top of the bottle. Of course, it says blonde. Stick into my finger. So yeah, temperature serve at 8 to 10 degrees Celsius. Says, oh, it's in Belgian. It's in French. So beer Belge, d'Abbey, I imagine it's like authentic Belgian Abbey Ale. These days, the Affligem Brewery is owned by Heineken, so it's not. It's actually brewed now by a macro brewer, but it's still under license from the Affligem Abbey. So let's give it a pour here in my snifter glass. It's the closest thing I've got to a goblet for this thing. Pour it out here. Ooh, look at that. Nice orange body on it and a foamy head. So I'm going to get the rest in there. It almost looks like that head's going to die off pretty quick, because look at the size of the bubbles on that head. But it's got a nice orange appearance with some sediment. And it's got a cloudy appearance. It's got a, let's see, looks like a peach or orange kind of color, like a lighter orange, and that looks very pleasing. That looks nice. You can make out some of the carbonation within that beer, and it kind of looks like that head's starting to die off a little, as I predicted. But some of it may stick around. Anyway, let's give it a sniff here. Nice gentle smell of pale malts and maybe hints of hops, but the main thing that comes out of that is like hints of clove and spices, like coriander. I mean, there's hints of other stuff in the background, but mainly the thing that comes out of that particular smell is the aroma, like the aroma of spice, and not like overly noticeable noticeably smell. It's like a gentle spice, very smooth smelling spice. Certainly a pleasure to put your nose to. That's nice. They're not strong. They're almost to the point where they're faint, but they're pleasing. Almost with some hints of citrus, like lemon. Yeah, like a faint lemon, and with that mixed in with that spice. Maybe some other citrus like orange juice. Orange. Well, mainly the odor. The aroma is like spice, like clove or coriander. Perhaps more towards coriander. That's nice. That's a really nice smelling beer. So as far as appearance goes, that's pretty. As far as smell goes, it's got a very nice, smooth, spicy smell. Can't wait to give this a taste. So I won't. Haha. Let's give it a taste here. Like semi-bitter sour in the back. To the front, to the middle, to the back of the tongue comes out that spicy kind of taste. Especially comes out more in the aftertaste of coriander. Predominantly coriander, hints of clove in there as well. Tip of the tongue picks almost nothing up, aside from little tingles from the bubbles, of course. You get a mild, gentle bitterness and tastes of citrus. Again, like mild, very mild tastes of like orange and lemon, and a tiny amount of bitterness that seems to linger. Yeah, that's really nice. Ooh. For a 6.8% ABV beer, the alcohol in this particular brew is masked quite well. And it's definitely better than Heineken, even though Heineken makes this. It's tasty. It's like pale malt, citrus, maybe some hints of like light hints of toffee and caramel in the back, as well as of course the spice. That spice is very it's not overpowering, and it's deceptively smooth for being such a higher than average ABV beer. Wow, look at that. Spiraling it up a little bit like that. Look how much head that gives it back. That's nice. Very nice looking. Very nice drinking. Wow. I do say I like that. I'm going to sit down with this one for a bit and come back with some thoughts. So far I think it's got a medium feel, but it's really smooth. But yeah, I'll be right back with some more thoughts and a final verdict. Be right back. Alright, so what did I think of Affligem Blond? Very nice. I actually really like this beer. It's got a very nice, mild taste overall, a decent amount of bitterness in the back. Throughout the drinking of the beer, the citrus kind of taste kind of fades into more of like a white grape slash doughy, bready kind of flavor. Maybe you can taste a touch of the alcohol. The spices are very nice. I don't know if you can really say if it's absolutely well balanced. I think that this is a beer that would really improve with age and be an exquisite joy to drink. I found that if I were to liken this to another kind of beer, I would say that it's very similar to, like, taste-wise, to like Conning Chauvig's Le Trappe Triple. Of course, that one's a Trappist ale, one of the other few Trappist ales I've ever had, and it's of course not a Trappist ale where it's not as thick, and it's not as high in alcohol, a lower ABV in this one. But its flavor profile is similar, and it strikes me as almost kind of bland in the flavor department, where it's so mild. But you know, if you were to improve this with age or something like it, if you were to like keep a couple of bottles of this aside and you know, take them out in a year's time, cellar this typical beer. I don't know if you can with this one or not. It seems like if you were to get those flavors a little bit well balanced, it would be extremely good beer. And it is. It's very smooth, very deceptively drinkable beer for 6.8 ABV. And it's one that I certainly highly recommend. I am going to give this one a 4 out of 5, just because I really enjoyed this beer. This is definitely a very good Abbey ale. Yeah, I definitely recommend it if you saw it and you wanted to try it and pick it up. If you can find this one, definitely give it a shot if it sounds like something that's good for you. So, yep, thank you for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review, and you have a good night, alright? Safe drinking. Bye.